A woman in Texas lucky to be alive after she was rescued from her sinking car. This sinkhole filled with water, opening up right in the middle of an El Paso road. The woman's vehicle got caught in the middle of it. She was rescued, thankfully, with just moments to spare before that car was swallowed into the water and hole.
These guys were trying to open the door, try to get out of there, but they didn't have anything to break the window, so fire department just got here in time. 30 seconds more and she would have been dead.
She is lucky. Local police say she was taken to an area hospital. Fortunately, just minor injuries. Enrique Dueñas is with the El Paso Fire Department and joining us tonight. Sir, appreciate your time. I mean, it seems like within seconds, if they had not gotten her out, we'd be talking about a much different story tonight.
That's correct. As you can see in some of the videos, right away after the firefighters were able to pull the woman out of the car started sinking. So in a matter of seconds, right after, it was completely submerged. You couldn't even tell that there was a car inside of that, what just looked like a puddle of water.
Yeah, let's put that video up. And then, Enrique, walk me through what rescuers are doing, because they're at the back end of the car. They have to be careful not to fall in the sinkhole themselves, but they're using some tools. How did they end up getting her out, and how long did it take?
Yeah, so it was a pretty quick rescue. It was a matter of seconds. What happened there is that when we got to the scene, the firefighters found half of the car already in the water. As you can see, the front is already sinking. It was quickly, the sinkhole was expanding, so they had to get her out really fast. What they are doing is they are using tools to break the back window, and one of the firefighters then got into the car and was able to pull out the lady. She was still strapped to the front seat. Apparently, she was still not I don't know how to say it. She was not processing what was happening. So she even tried to turn off the car and handed the keys to one of our firefighters, maybe not understanding what was going on because everything was happening so fast. Fortunately, she's recovering. The last information we had this afternoon is that she's in good spirits and she's in perfect health right now.
Yeah, some minor injuries to some firefighters as well. Everybody okay tonight as well who helped in the rescue?
Correct. Some of our firefighters, 3 of them were checked at the scene. 1 of them have had some cuts because of the broken glass. But other than that, they are perfectly fine, and they were able to return to station right away.
When you see this, I think it goes through a lot of our minds. Like, did she know that there was a giant hole there? Did it just look like some standing water? Talk about this intersection and the status of it tonight.
So as of right now, El Paso water crews were able to pull out the car. They were able to close the water main, which is what happened. It seems that's what broke, and that's what caused this accident. From afar, even when I was pulling onto the scene, it just looked like standing water. So we are thinking that when she was driving through that intersection, she maybe thought it was just a puddle of water. We just had some rain a couple of hours before that, so it didn't look out of place, and I guess she just drove by and not thinking that there was no way to know that there was that sinkhole down there.
Wow, incredible. Has the water receded? Do you have any idea how big this sinkhole actually is?
Well, I don't have a measure of how much exactly it measures, but you can pretty much fit 2 large SUVs in that one. They were able to, the water is already gone. They were able to close the main brake, and they were able to pump some of the water out. So that's how they got the car out. Right now they are putting some dirt on it. They are fixing it. But yeah, it was pretty large. Probably 2 full-size SUVs were able to fit in that one.
Wow. Well, some quick thinking. First responders there saved the day, and they all have a story to tell tonight. Glad everybody's okay. Enrique, appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.